What's going on, guys? Liam here, and today it's Team List Tuesday. This is a new little segment I'll be doing where I'll just be going over the team list ins and outs and how that'll sort of affect my tipping and punting over the weekend. So we all know we don't place any punts or tips until we've seen the team list, guys, because you never know, players might be rested, pick something up at training or anything like that. So we always wait for these to come out before we do any of all that sort of stuff. So essentially how it'll go from now on, guys, is I'll do team list Tuesdays. Wednesdays I'll put my multis, my 10k challenge 10k challenge video up, and just my tips and all that sort of stuff for the weekend. And then over the weekend, more short form sort of content, and then on Sunday a wrap up, guys. So make sure you subscribe, guys, to stay up to date with everything. And I've said it the last 2 weeks, how good is it to have footy back? It's so good. I think we've been blessed, man. I don't know if I say this every year, but I feel like we've had some of the best footy. I just love the way the footy's being played at the moment. Like, there's not a huge amount of penalties. I mean, I watched the Bloke podcast the other night and they were complaining about the refs. I just feel like every podcast, every, Channel 9, Fox, are just complaining about refs. Let's just talk footy, man. Let's just talk about the footy. No, only losers talk about the refs, man. Let's get into it. Thursday night, this is a cracker. Parramatta under huge pressure. Obviously 0-2, missing two key pieces, and they're obviously not back till, I believe, next week. And their team's essentially unchanged, Parramatta, but it's going to be a tough one. One thing I think's in Parramatta's favour, I know Manly probably think it's a good thing, but they've put Josh Schuster in at 6. Anyone that's been following me for a minute knows that I'm not a huge fan of him at 6 at all. I think that whole big, massive number 6 thing has never really worked. I mean, Harris is, there's been plenty of, big sixes, and always said this, if you have to add something to the end of a compliment, it's not an actual compliment. So he's really silky, or he's real handy for a big guy. He's actually not that handy. It's just he's handy for a big guy. You're really good for your age. You're not really that good. You're just good for your age. So I really liked what Cooper Johns has been doing, and he's obviously been dropped out of the team, and I thought he complemented Cherry Evans really, really well. So I actually think this is a bit of a good thing for Eels. Not questioning how good Schuster is. I think he's a great player, but I really do think he's an edge back rower, a running lock, just anything but number 6 personally. So, but we'll have to wait and see. But damn, Cooper Johns have been killing it. I feel sorry for him, man. He's been doing such a good job. All right, damn, this is hard. So, Dolphins are favourites, guys. Favourites coming into Knights Building's favourites. All right, so they only have one out, Jerry Marshall King, and Cody Nikorima comes in. Pretty handy replacement, but man, I've been impressed with Jerry Marshall King. I did not know he had that in him the last 2 games. He looked as sharp as Abby. He was absolutely incredible. Cody will go in there and do a job, but I do think they definitely lose a little bit here, but nowhere near as much as what Newcastle are losing. I mean, Newcastle, Saifidi, Brayley, Ponga, Tyson Frizzell, that's about $2.5 million worth of salary cap right there. That's that's bad. And everyone saw Callum Ponga get knocked out over the weekend, and they're saying 4 to 5 weeks. And Tyson Frizzell about the same. Saifidi suspended for 5 games. Knights are in big trouble. They're in big trouble. They could be 0-8 very soon. So definitely think the Dolphins will get that one, just going off this so far. However, guys, I'm not tipping in this video. I'm just going over the team list, and this will help me put together what I'm going to put together for tomorrow's video, which will be all my tips and punts, and I'll also do my 10k challenge video as well tomorrow. All right, so yeah, Callum Ponga looking like he's going to be out for quite a while, and not good. Roosters, Rabbits, let's go. Some big ins for both these guys. Both these teams, believe it or not, have been really soft in the middle the last 2 weeks due to injuries. Full strength, they're fine in the middles. But the big dog, Jared Hargraves back, Victor Radley. I said this on my wrap-up video last week. I think Victor Radley is essential for them to win games. I've never been quite as high as him as Joey Johnson, all those guys. I always loved him, but you know what I mean? I was like, oh yeah, he's a beast, but but I didn't realise how flimsy their middle looked on defence and how stagnant their attack was when he's not in the middle distributing. So he's such a big inclusion, and Jared Reed-Hargraves will help the go forward as well. So plenty of ends for them. Tavita Totola, again, just not the best prop in the world, but he goes in and does a job. He's hard as nails, and he'll be ready to go. He just got a head knock last week, so he will be genuinely fresh for this one. So I think it happened in the first tackle as well, so he'll be raring to go. Titans Storm, damn. We've got a lot of outs here. Big Nelson and Jojo Fafita and Sam Verrills from the Titans. Damn, man. This is hard. There's so many outs. Like, I don't keep super up to date with reserve grade and all that sort of stuff. I struggle to watch, Q Cup, New South Wales Cup games and stuff like that. But this is the first time in a long time I'm reading through the Storm's list and I'm going, who? What? Who's he? What's going on? But Xavier Coates back, that's big. I thought he was going to be out for a bit longer. And Tarek Sims is in as well. Is he in the lineup? Tarek Sims, where is he? Yeah, he's coming off the bench. Okay, so that's good as well. He'll really, really help. He's a gun, and I think he's going to thrive under the Storm system as well. I've always been a big fan of Tarek. He just needed a bit of direction, I think, and I think they'll really go well. So Sam Verrills, huge loss there. We'll have to wait and see how that's covered. I've never heard of Chris Randall before. Apologies if to old Chris, but I've never seen him play. I probably have seen him play, but it hasn't jumped out at me. But we'll have to wait and see. But I'll probably still lean towards Storm just here. Xavier Coates back. I think Coatesy and Tarek Sims back. I think they're big inclusions. Still way off full strength, but we'll have to wait and see. And that's a massive loss. Big Nelson was massive last week. Cowboys, Warriors, come out and play. Oh, this is up in Townsville. Damn, I feel sorry for the Warriors. They finally got their home back, and they've had to travel and to have 2 tough road trips in a row. Some big outs for the Cowboys, Peter Hiku and Scott Drinkwater. However, how bad Hiku played last week, they might even be happy to see him go. He was so bad. Like, I like Peter Hiku. I think he's a good, solid player. But, oh my God, I don't think I've ever seen someone have such a bad game. And penalties, errors, and then get suspended. It was still worst performance I've ever seen from him, and possibly ever. Scotty Drinkwater obviously broke Oates' jaw. So he'll be out for 4 to 5 weeks as well. Pardon me. And we'll have to wait and see how that sort of goes. But I still think I'm still leaning towards the Cowboys here as well. Tom Chester's no Scotty Drinkwater, but I'm sure he'll cover. And centre, you can always cover a centre sort of thing. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. But yeah, that's going to be a tough, hot game for the Warriors. What's 4th? It's daytime, Saturday. I'll check the weather on that, but that's going to be a warm one. All right, Broncos, Dragons. All right, we talked about Oatesy having his jaw broken, and Jesse Arthurs comes in. I was so impressed with him the last 2 weeks. 2 weeks. He is a gun. He's really, really good. Oatesy has the experience and stuff on him, but I actually think this kid might have a bigger future. He's incredible. He was really, really good, and he came in, did a really good job when Oatesy was off, and I think besides that, pretty full strength for the Bronx, and look, we're pretty full strength here as well. Dragons, just on the tipping thing, I was like, I couldn't tell last week if Dragons were good or the Titans were really bad. Sometimes you're like, oh, they were just good and they made them look bad. I couldn't tell. I know they won comfortably and handily, but I just couldn't tell with that one. So yeah, this might be a little bit a harder game to tip. However, I was leaning more towards that the Titans were just so bad they made the Dragons look good. But and I think the bookies agree with me because the Broncos are massive favourites in that. So bookies, don't get it wrong. Great minds think alike. Doggies were brilliant last week. This is one of those ones where everyone said the Storm played back. I actually think the Doggies made them look bad. Offloading like crazy. A+ from the Doggies last week. However, Melbourne did play a little, they missed a lot of tackles, which is very un-Melbourne. But I was leaning towards the doggies here, and then I saw the out list, and I'm like, wow, this could be a score, son. This could be massive. Dane Laurie, love that kid. Tigers getting pumped every game last week. He always showed up. Isaiah Papali'i out, Jake Simpkins, and Tommy Talau. Oh my God, that's rough. That's not good. So we'll have to wait and see how this sort of goes. But I'd be leaning towards the doggies here, and doggies just need to do what they did last week. Don't slack off. Treat the Tigers like they're Melbourne. Just go in full throttle, and they should get that one, I believe. Ooh, this is a tough one. Sharkies offense was incredible last week, but oh my God, they're bloody. So no real ins and outs here, guys. Pretty much same as before. But defense was terrible. Raiders last week were just they were a better team, but they just. Jackie Whiten's decision making at 6 was awful. They had that game. They should have won that game 30-6, and they just lost to Redcliffe somehow. It was terrible, so bad. They did a lot of good things, but did a lot of horrible things as well. It was just not good. Loving Will Kennedy, he's absolutely killing it, and this Braden Trindle, who's filling in for Nico Hines. He's just really good. Like, he's sometimes when a reserve grade halfback comes in, you can tell they're a reserve grade halfback, and they come in and they might do an okay job. This Trindle kid is not. He is a first grader. This kid is a first grader. He's something else. He's really, really good. I don't know if he's coming off contract somewhere, but if you need a number 7, I would be doing everything to sign this kid. He did not look out of... let's just say Hines was out for the season. I still think the Sharkies do great. He's so good. He did not look out of place at all. He's incredible. So yeah, Sharkies, it is in Canberra, but Sharkies are favourites here as well. So we'll have to wait and see. And that's it, guys. Team List Tuesday, all done. Ins and outs, all up to date now, guys. So if you're stuck around this long, thank you all so much, guys. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button and all that sort of fun stuff. And tune in for tomorrow's games, guys. I'll put my 10K challenge video up and my tips for the week, and also my possibly some of my multis and stuff as well. So thank you all so much for watching as always, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.